Seeing her eyes flicker from the pressure of my force grip, I loosen it ever so slightly. I pull her close and whisper, "I want to enjoy this." All she could do was stare, her once hope-filled eyes locked in a silent plea for mercy. It's far from amusing how often my prey go from spewing useless tripe from their mouths to begging, but such is life. A promise made by a Sith is a promise kept. I promised myself I'd rip her throat out, but first I needed to reclaim my lightsaber. Pulling her along with me was an exertion. Maintaining that much control of the Force drains one quickly. Not nearly as quickly for a Sith, but even so, it was draining. As I made my way to the hallway, she began choking on her blood, causing it to spew forth in great frothy bursts. I dug deeper into the Force to clear her airway. Not yet, but soon enough, I told her. There. I spotted my weapon on the 3,600-year-old Corbin-made carpet that my master had inherited from generations of masters before him, when suddenly I felt a slight disturbance reverberate throughout the Force. Someone had come for this malformed excuse for a beast. Pulling in a surge of the Force, I threw her back into my chamber and sniffed the air. It stunk of Mando flesh, but Mandalorians, here, and coming to the aid of the Jedi Order, I summoned my weapon to me and made my way back to my chamber, to find the Padawan unconscious. Slapping her disgusting face brought her back around for my questioning. "Who came here with you?" No reply. "Answer me, you filth! Anything!" She spit her near-poisonous blood at me. I wrapped my bare hand around her throat, sank my fingers deep into her flesh, as hard and deep as I could, and pulled back. A promise fulfilled. The great spurts of blood only lasted a moment or two. With her throat gone, I lost the need to pay any further attention to a lifeless corpse. I called on my droid aides for a security status report, which proved useless. The Padawan must have destroyed most of them, and the remaining witless constructs must have abandoned their posts in programmed fear. In the Force, I could feel the Mandos coming, but I couldn't sense from which direction. I closed my eyes and let the power of the dark side consume me for only a moment. I probe its depths, searching for the answers I seek, but all I found are more questions. I felt many warriors, but only one. The feeling of a grand army of one is distressing and confusing. I hate confusion. It reminds me of the weaknesses of youth that I had long since left behind. What it was that was coming too late for the Padawan would regret giving me that feeling. Finally, I felt them closing in. The anticipation is unbearable. My thirst for blood was growing again. I peeled off my cloak. Its weight was helpful in my training session with the Jedi, but things had grown far more serious. Suddenly, smoke grenades burst through a stained and transparent steel window, depicting the rise to power of Lord Malgus. Mandos on my balcony? For shame. I heard their footfalls in the hallway and ignited my lightsaber. Muscle memory slips me into battle stance. The stun I felt of them breaching my fortress was soon overwhelmed by the sight of dozens of suits of crisp white armor. Clones, of course. Oh, how I despise those criffing long-necked Kaminoans and their genetic experimentation. Battle being imminent, I pulled and ignited my other blade. I knew I was going to need it.